Hey, thanks for watching this Blue-Red Delver League with some iterations and a single conspiracy theorist, just to give it a bit of a shot. We're on the draw, and I'll keep this. It's not great, but we have a spell pierce against, well, non-creature spells and a bolt against creature spells, and then 2 creatures to do stuff with, and we have our mana, so definitely not something I'm super happy with, but also definitely not a keep. Let's see what our opponent is doing. Canada or Senada, something like that. Well, they kept their 7 as well, so let's see what they're doing with those 7 cards. This far they've been thinking about it, so I hope they're not just gonna kill me on turn 1. They're like, I can kill them on turn 1. Let's see what they played in the past. And could be that, could be that, could be that. Could be something else. From my side, most likely thing I'm doing is just dropping Scalding Tarn and keeping these 2 open. Could do it with Volcanic Island, but depending on what we see. Definitely bolting the Dryad Arbor here, which I think is coming out. Or are they doing something else? Buzzle. So I could play around Cradle a bit here by killing this now. I could also let him commit the 2nd elf first to give them less of a hint about what's gonna happen. That means I can also spell pierce something like a I don't know. I'm like 90%, 99% sure I'm going to bolt this anyway, so I should probably just do it now. But I'll just have them have the information that they might have this, and the only thing that punishes me is a Cradle, but only if they have nothing else. So it's a Sentinel, then I definitely want to kill this. And there's the Dryad Arbor. Alright. Let's see if we can get some more removal. I could run out the Conspiracy Theorist here, or use the Brazen Borer on the Sentinel, but I think it's worth it to try and dig with a Ponder here. Since both the Wasteland and removal spells work. Yeah, I don't want those. And now I'm definitely gonna just bolt the Dryad Arbor, I think. Don't expect him to have main board jokes. He's just gonna run out another Volcanic Island. Try and keep it and then disrupt it. Really hope to find something like a Wasteland, since that gives me interaction while spending my 2 mana on a Forager or a Theorist, or even a Borer if I want. That would be the ideal draw, or well, a Bolt would also be fine, but I think a Wasteland, depending on what they do here, I think a Wasteland could be better. But we don't really get selection over it, since if we draw a cantrip, we can't double spell anymore, which is rough. That gives them an additional land drop if they didn't have any. Yeah. So that's pretty good for them. And at this point I know I would have countered one of those spells if I could, so just gonna have 6 here. There's no way I don't Force of Will the Heritage Druid here. Or actually the Quarrying Ranger if I had a Force of Will. I could bluff a Forceful Negation, but I can always undo my F6 when they get up to 4 mana. Right, now it's getting rough since now they have a bunch of mana under them. Definitely have to find some good cards. So this, try and find removal and bolt or something like that. I think Tourist is too slow, and Borer also isn't doing it here. I think I like keeping the spell pierce, and I need my mana just to, because I need to do a lot of things next turn. I'm just gonna fetch here and cast a Brainstorm, I think. Did not get there. I want to flip the Delver, but I also, oh yeah, I'm gonna tap out for Delver anyway, so I'll put the spell pierce on top then. But this looks like a pretty lost game. Could have taken the risk a bit earlier with running out the Forager, but or maybe even this turn instead of playing the second Lightning Bolt, second Brainstorm. Probably just better to have the Forager in play. Yeah. Just thought that if I didn't do anything good last turn, I was just dead. So at least if I found a bolt, I could get rid of the Heritage Druid and keep trying to win on the mana axis. Interesting. Elves Mystic. I've seen not been seeing that many Mystics and then or Elves lately, but I think they're down to like 1 maybe in the 75 mostly. And hope they have like no action and no, like now I want them to draw a lot of lands since I'm not doing anything. Well, before this I was hoping to win on the mana axis since I wasn't winning on the, well, having stuff in play axis. But now I have to hope they have just mono mana, like just 2 more lands in hand and nothing they can do. This matchup generally gets quite a bit better post-board, still not insanely that insane much better since it's just rough, especially since they have also Shepherd, but it took them quite a long time to figure out they had to play an elf. Though they know I have 0 interaction, they don't have to have a careful natural order. Maybe they were just counting off for greens and seeing it. Sure. I was not winning that anyway, but I just wanted to see if I couldn't get some more information. So sadly I only have 1 Submerge in my deck at the moment, which is kind of sad. But I definitely want the multiple removal spells, Submerge, the Hull Breacher, and Abrade is also usually better than other cards, simply because it's a removal spell. The negations and the spell pierce and the forces got a lot worse with Allosaurus Shepherd in these decks. I usually like them quite a lot, especially like spell pierce and dazes for the early glimpses, but it's a lot less safe to have a Force of Will in your hand now with them having access to the Shepherd. I definitely want all my creatures. I think it's basically Delvers and a lot of things that get advantages. I could see maybe trimming a young Pyromancer, since he's just not doing enough. Maybe. It's hard to get through Elves with it. It prevents me from getting beaten now, but I basically need my creatures to snowball or put on a real clock. So I think Delver and all these others are a lot better. Borer isn't great, but it's blue card for falls. It can be a tempo play, and flyers are actually pretty good against them since they usually have a bunch of blockers. Still think it's rough to go to low enforcers, even though they have the Allosaurus Shepherd. But maybe I just do it like this. Definitely mulliganing that. So we have 2 removal spells, but no blue cards. But as soon as we find a blue card, we have multiple cantrips that should get us there. This matchup is already pretty bad, so like I can go to 5 cards against their 7. I don't think that's a winning strategy either. I mean, Bold Forager cantrip, it's just good if I get there. And I think I have to try and get a bit lucky. Even though Forager is double blue, which is rough, I still think that's worth to keep it, since I need something that snowballs. Basically, this hand has a plan. It's not a reliable plan since I don't have a blue source, but it has a plan, and a plan that can win against them. So, on that, I want to keep it, even though I'm not very happy with it. Give me a Dry Dauber. Why would? And definitely just bolting that now. Need to spend the little mana that I do have. Nope. That's not the worst draw. Can't really expect to top deck the island immediately. This at least does something. Would be hilarious if I wait. Does Submerge say you have to control an island? I think it does. Would be hilarious to draw that then. Like, oh, I can't cast it. I could certainly be wrong on this keep, but like I said, it has a plan, and I think it's important to have something that can win against elves. The matchup got so rough since we lost Arcanist. Well, there's their mana for their abrupt decays. I expect them to have boarded in. Another symbiote. And another sentinel. So I can't really kill another sentinel here, so I'm just gonna try and keep the board somewhat clear. Folly. Could be good in the future, but since this is a 2-2, I'm definitely just killing it, since I can't folly it. Again, not the worst draw. Probably worse than an island, but pretty decent. Let's just hope they play like 3/1/1s this turn. Then I have a shot, I think. Like also Shepherd and two other creatures that don't get up to natural order mana immediately. Something like that. I mean, just having removal spells is not a winning strategy against elves, certainly not. But removal spells into actually doing something with Iteration or Forager, it's a plan. I don't like them spending 2 mana on a card. I want them to spend 1 mana on a lot of single cards. Right, this is a zenith. So it could still be a 1-1 then. Yep. She's a shepherd. Just something that gives them a value. I think I'm not blazing volleying this, but let's see. Yeah, I'll give them a turn with that. It's certainly risky, but I have to take some risk with draws like these. Like, we're getting down to like nuts. We really need something good to happen for us to be in this game. Well, at first something good was draw an island, but now just drawing an island isn't good enough anymore. Now we need them to heavily play into this blazing volley, and then we need to draw an island. And then maybe we can get there. Alright, that's step 1. Now play 2 more 1-1s. Ideally not yeah. Okay. All I need to draw with the glimpse is 1-1s that don't get too much value, so I can blazing volley. No cradles, please. And do I have some other requests? Yeah, no cradles, just 1-1s, not too many. Not too many that gain value, like symbiote. And then I need to draw island. Alright, step 1 is filled, that's not a 1-1. And now they get mana back with each one. That is a 1-1, but a dangerous one at that. I'll just have 6. At this point they know I don't have any instant speed removal spell against them, and definitely have to do this no matter what. But we didn't draw the island, so we're still in bad shape. I think if we draw the island there, ponder into something good like a force of will, there's a chance. But the second iteration definitely isn't it. More lands. Another visionary. That's rough. Oh, Zenith, right. Zenith for the symbiote. Yeah, that's not it, Chief. Still, I don't think it's doing anything for me either, except for casting a stomp. I should probably keep it in play. It's gonna be funny if they end up with like 3 chokes in their hand. Still gonna lose to that, but Yeah, more wirewoods. Actually, I think I should have wastelanded. Since now if they make one more land drop, they can double visionary. No reason to do it now, of course. But only works if they top deck the full symbiote though. So maybe it was correct not to do it, or at least slightly decent. I guess I'll wasteland that then, if I have nothing to do with my mana. Another wasteland. Interesting. I'll just go for that. Now because they're on the double symbiote, I'll also have to wasteland the other one. And there's some cards where I get punished for doing that, but yeah, don't have time for that. I have to try and not fall too far behind here. Certainly an interesting draw. And as much as I've been disliking iteration, this is not the iteration's fault. Couldn't cast a preordain of a mountain either. Oh yeah, there's the mana. If I do somehow win this game, we might clock them. They're not playing super fast. But I'm not winning this game. I don't even have a second Blazing Volley in my deck, so that's one of the cards that could help, since that would get rid of both of their symbiotes. But oh, sorry. Take some damage. Yeah. GG, opponent. We did not get there. Alright. Catch you folks in the next round, and let's hope we make some better decisions there, or have them work out better.